On our last example here, we are told that the difference between two numbers is 10, and then we're asked what two numbers will minimize the product. So first, let's just write an equation for the difference between two numbers being 10. I'm going to call those two numbers x and y. So x minus y is equal to 10. Then they're asking us, what do x and y have to be in order to minimize the product? So I'll just go off to the side here and I'll just call this product is equal to xy. So I want to minimize the product. Whatever equation it is you're trying to minimize or maximize, you want to make sure that you can write that equation in only one variable. So I'm going to solve for y in the first equation so that we can substitute it into the second equation, which is the same thing we did in the last example. So if I were to take this equation here and solve for y, I'll subtract x from both sides. I get that negative y is equal to negative x plus 10. And then I'll multiply everything in the equation by negative 1 to get that y is equal to x minus 10. So now that we know that y is x minus 10, I'm going to substitute that in here. So the product is now x times x minus 10. I can distribute that there to see that this product is equal to x squared minus 10x. And remember, we are trying to minimize the product. Well, we know that the graph of x squared minus 10x, well, one, I know it has an x-intercept at 0, 0. But more importantly, I know that it does have a minimum because a is a positive 1, which is greater than 0, so I know this parabola opens up. And so it does have a minimum. And it has some minimum there at some point x comma p. And I'm just using p there because p represents that product. So I want to be clear here. The y value that comes out there is not the y value that we're looking for here. It's not this y value here. Okay, this is a function. The graph that we just drew is a graph of the product. So you plug in an x value and we get out the product between x and whatever the y value is. So let us find that x value where the product is minimized by using the vertex formula. So that x value is negative b over 2a. B in this case is a negative 10, so we have negative 10 over 2a, and a is 1. So we have 10 over 2, which is a 5. So now we know that x is equal to 5. And now that we know what x is, we can go and find y, because we know that y is equal to x minus 10. And so y is equal to 5 minus 10. I plugged in 5 for x. And I get that y is equal to a negative 5. And so now we have both of the numbers that we were looking for. Those are the two numbers that will minimize the product.